I'm really curious about this one. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope that you're... Oh, man, I probably just yelled in your ear. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm louder than I probably need to be. Anyways, today we're going to listen to a recommendation that was made to me by Mr. Canadian Stud Muffin, aka Larry. So Larry, thank you so much for the recommendation. Now, if you missed it, by the way, me and Larry actually had a little bit of a chat the other day, so I'll link that in the description down below for you, so you can check that out. And during our chat, Larry had pulled out this album, Philosophy of the World, and said that it was a good album. And I said, give me a song off of it. And this is the song that was chosen, which the name, My Pal Foot Foot. Well, listen, we're going to go ahead and give it a listen. I've never heard of the Shaggs. I did check in my comment section to see if this was recommended by anyone else. And I do have actually a few people that recommended this track as well. Dennis Pope, Patrick Dunnett, Steve Connor, Eric Anderson, Robert Jones. Actually, quite a few people that recommended this as well. Music Stash, I see you there as well. So we're going to go ahead and give it a listen. I was told to read a little bit about the Shaggs as well. I'll do that after. I want to hear the music first, and we'll judge it on its own. I'm very curious as to hear their sound, so let's go ahead and give it a listen. Here we go. First time on the drum set.
He always likes to roam. My pal's name is Foot. I never find him home. I go to his house, knock at his door. People come out and say, Foot, don't live here no more. My pal Foot, always likes to roam. My pal Foot, now he has no home. Where will Foot go? What will Foot do? Oh, Foot, I wish I could find you. I've looked here, I've looked there, I've looked everywhere. Oh, Foot, why can't I find you? Foot, where can you be? Foot, why won't you answer me? Foot, oh, Foot, wherever you are, I want you to come home with me. I don't have time to roam, I have things to do. I have to go home. Oh, Foot, where are you? Foot didn't like to roam so well, he would still have a place to dwell. Foot, please answer me. I know where you are, you're behind that tree. Foot, please come to me. Foot, now that you're here, won't you come home? Foot, promise me this, that you will never again roam.
Well, let me start. Let me start with a positive. This sounds like my first band. I mean that in the most cookie cutter way. I mean, this sounds like the first band that you formed when you were 10 years old. You heard some cool music. Your dad was a drummer at some point. He had an old drum set. You said, I want to do that. And you gathered your friends and you said, I need you to play this guitar. They said, I don't know how, but okay. And they're holding it the wrong way. You said, I need a bassist. They said, okay. Never even heard of a bass, but I'll do it. The bassist said, my dad catches bass. He said, no, that's bass. And then they came together on one sunny afternoon during summer and created this, my pal Foot. Um, so what do I say? I don't even know how to react to this one. Am I supposed to like it? I guess like this is what I kind of envision. Okay, I don't like the song. In case that's obvious, I probably would not choose. No, let me take out the probably. I would not choose to listen to this, but it does have a kind of nostalgic, simpler times watching your kids perform their first band show rehearsal in your living room, kind of home video, kind of kind of feel to it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like I can possibly understand this giving you a certain kind of nostalgic feeling of like, man, remember when I first tried my first band when I was 10 years old? Kind of sounded like this. It's wonky. It's not always in key. It's not always on time. But we were having a great time. Like there's a sort of true indie blood to this kind of sound. And that's it. That Larry, my pal's name is Foot. He likes to roam. I never find him home. I guess you've got an outside cat. I go to his house, maybe not. Knock at his door. People come out and say, Foot don't live here no more. My pal Foot always liked to roam. So I guess it's the neighbors that had a cat that just was out all the time. I wish I could find you. I've looked here, I've looked there, I've looked everywhere. Why can't I find you? I don't have time to roam. I have things to do. I have to go home. Foot, where are you? If Foot didn't like to roam so well, he would still have a place to dwell. I know where you are. You're behind that tree. Please come to me now that you're here. Won't you come home, Foot? Promise me this, that you will never roam again. I think it's just about a cat that is trying to. She's trying to get the cat's attention. Which we do have a neighborhood cat actually that the same exact thing. He goes missing for a few days, then he pops up randomly, and you call his name. I named him Tangerine, and then he just runs over. Yeah, that's the song. That's Let's read some history on the band. The Shaggs, or I believe it's the Shaggs. I'm sorry. I believe you did pronounce it the Shaggs. Formed at the insistence of their father, Austin Wiggin, who believed that his mother had predicted their rise to fame. This was recorded in 1969. It received no attention, and the Shaggs disbanded in 1975 after their father's death. The Shaggs had no interest in becoming musicians and never became proficient in songwriting or performing. This album features bizarre songs with badly tuned guitars, erratically shifting times. Yeah, you can hear all of that. It has been described as both the worst record of all time and a work of accidental genius. I'd be curious to hear the argument of the genius part. And I don't mean that I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I'd just be curious to hear like why is this considered a work of genius or an accidental work of genius? I'm seeing some really interesting stuff on the backgrounds here. They formed at the behest of their father and manager, Austin Wiggin. When Austin was young, his mother had read his palm and made 3 predictions. He would marry a strawberry blonde woman, he would have 2 sons after she died, and his daughters would form a popular band. The first 2 predictions proved accurate, and Austin set out to follow or fulfill the third. Austin withdrew his daughters from school, bought them instruments, and arranged for them to receive music and vocal lessons. He directed, we obeyed, Dot later said. Well, I'm looking through the information for this, and like they were not wanting to do this. Oh man. One producer, Bobby Hearn, recalled, we shut the control room doors and rolled on the floor laughing, just rolled. It was horrible. They did not know what they were doing, but they thought it was okay. They were just in another world. Reception. This is what I want to see, the reception to this. Philosophy of the World is the sickest, most stunningly awful, wonderful record I've heard in ages. Okay. Like a lobotomized trap family singers, the Shaggs warble earnest greeting card lyrics in happy, hapless quasi-unison along ostensible lines of melody while strumming their tinny guitars like someone wearing a zipper. It may stand as the worst album ever recorded. Hauntingly bad. Kurt Cobain said it's his fifth favorite album of all time. Is it looked at in like an anti-art kind of concept, like Yoko Ono like challenging, the conformity of art and what art could and should be? Is it kind of like in one of those kind of spaces, like an anti-art kind of thing? I don't know. What am I have no idea. Well, that was most certainly a song. Um, Larry, thank you for the recommendation. You already knew how I was going to react to this. I saw you smiling when you mentioned this song. I saw you. And everyone else, thank you for the recommendation. Don't forget to check out our little chats, if you will, in the comments down below. Well, in the description down below. You can find the link to that. I'll put that in there. But for now, let me know what you guys thought of this song. If I feel like that's stretching the definition. Let me know in the comments down below. You can follow me on Twitter. You can support the channel on Patreon. You can do so many things. But I hope that you enjoyed yourself. Come back tomorrow. Maybe we'll find Foot. And I'll see you later, guys. Bye-bye.